Stages of psychosexual development. Hi, welcome back to the second part of the psychoanalytical theory by Sigmund Freud. In the previous video, we discussed the two models described by Freud to understand the human mind, namely the topographic model or the iceberg concept and the psychic triad that includes the three elements of personality. Let's now discuss the 5 stages of psychosexual development. The first stage seen at birth up to the first year of life is called the oral stage. This is the primary stage that affects the personality. The erogenous zone in this stage is the mouth. The personality of the child is controlled only by the id or pleasure principle. Therefore, at this stage, immediate gratification to the child is through feeding, and the mother's breast becomes a source of not just food but also love. The child interacts with the environment only through the oral cavity by gratifying activities like suckling, biting, and swallowing. Responsive nurturing is the key. A child who is deprived of these may develop a sense of dissatisfaction and become negative, envious, suspicious, and sarcastic. In contrast, a child who was overly indulged during this stage may turn out optimistic, gullible, and admiring of others. This abundance of care and attention instills a positive outlook on life and a trusting nature in them. The main conflict of this stage is weaning, where the child loses both the physical pleasure of nursing and the emotional comfort of being cared for by the mother, thereby developing feelings of anxiety, sadness, and even anger. This can be handled by navigating this stage in a reassuring, sensitive way. If fixation occurs at this stage, Freud believes the individual will have issues with dependency or aggression. Oral fixation can result in smoking, nail biting, alcohol addiction, binge eating, etc. Moving on to the next stage, the anal stage. This is seen between 18 months to 3 years of age. The erogenous zone is the anal region. Freud suggests major sexual energy is confined to controlling bladder and bowel movements. During this stage, children learn to control their bodily functions through toilet training, which helps them feel accomplished and independent. Freud believed that how parents approach toilet training influences outcomes. Positive reinforcement and praise for using the toilet at the right time can make children feel capable and productive. However, unsupportive parents who punish, ridicule, or shame children may face more negative outcomes. On the other hand, Freud also suggested that being too lenient could lead to a messy, wasteful, or destructive personality. This stage involves a classic conflict between the id, which seeks pleasure from bodily functions, and the ego and superego, which emphasize control due to societal norms. Children face a dilemma between their desires and their parents' expectations and respond in two ways, either resisting or refusing to cooperate. Anal fixation may lead to an anal retentive or expulsive personality. Let's compare these two toddlers, Ryan and Adam. Ryan is resistive and finds joy in defying authority. As his parents are too lenient, he is disruptive during toilet time. This nature of taking pleasure in defiance could lead to anal expulsive personality. This means Ryan could be messy, disorganized, and rebellious. On the other hand, Adam withholds his feces as a way of asserting independence. This is frustrating for his parents. If they overindulge his behavior, it could lead to Adam developing an anal retentive personality. This means Adam could be meticulous and orderly, but also stubborn. Successful toilet training during this stage significantly influences an individual's tendencies towards possession and their views on authority. Let us now learn about the next stage of psychosexual development, the phallic stage. The phallic stage marks a significant sexual conflict in Freud's developmental theory. The erogenous zone is the genitals. The child experiences this stage from 5 to 6 years of age. At this age, children begin to discover the differences between males and females. The child's focus is on the genital area, leading to an interest in their own genitals and those of others. Interacting with the environment during this stage is considered the most challenging in a person's psychosexual development. According to Freud, a crucial event in this phase is the child's attraction to the opposite sex parent, coupled with envy and fear towards the same sex parent. This theory significantly differs between boys and girls. In boys, it is explained by the Oedipus complex. It is a Greek myth of a boy who accidentally killed his father and married his mother. The Oedipus conflict arises from the boy's natural affection for their mother, which evolves into a sexual attraction. The presence of the father as a rival creates feelings of aggression, envy, fear of retaliation, and castration anxiety. The fear of punishment for his sexual desires leads him to repress them. Therefore, boys mimic their father's behavior as a way to indirectly possess their mother. This resolution of the Oedipus complex establishes the superego, representing the father's influence on the boy. This process allows him to transition to the latency period, characterized by a decrease in sexual desires. In girls, this attraction is known as the Electra complex, named after Agamemnon's daughter, who plotted her mother's murder. Girls initially focus erotically on their fathers, but also realize the anatomical differences, leading to penis envy. The lack of male genitals leads to a sense of inferiority and jealousy. They also develop anger towards the mother during this stage, as they observe the mother getting a lot of attention from the father. The girl eventually adopts her mother's mannerisms to stay close to her father. Therefore, by the end of this stage, as the child grows, they start to identify with their parent of the same sex, to indirectly feel connected to the other parent. When boys and girls do not leave this phase behind, it is called fixation. Symptoms of phallic fixation for men include excessive anxiety, guilt about sex, fear of castration, and a narcissistic personality. According to Freud, women may not fully overcome this stage, leading to feelings of envy and inferiority. Moving on to the next stage, the latency stage. There is no erogenous zone here. Children from 6 years to puberty are in this stage. During this phase, children suppress sexual feelings to concentrate on various life aspects. It's a period of adapting to the external social environment, embracing culture, shaping beliefs, forming same sex friendships, and participating in activities like sports. The superego continues to develop while the id's impulses are subdued. In the latent period, sexual energy is repressed or dormant, channeled into intellectual pursuits and social interactions. Fixation in this stage can lead to immaturity and difficulties forming relationships in adulthood. The last stage of psychosexual development is the genital stage. The erogenous zone is the growing sexual interest. From puberty onwards, every individual falls into this stage. Puberty reactivates the erogenous zone, initiating a strong sexual interest in the opposite sex. Transitioning from being self-focused to being concerned for others' welfare is a key aspect of this stage, and balancing various life aspects is the goal. In contrast to earlier stages, Freud believes that at this point, the ego and superego are fully developed. Younger children are driven by the id's immediate gratification demands, while teens in the genital stage navigate between primal urges and societal expectations effectively. Let us now discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this theory. The advantages include: it is the earliest and the most comprehensive theory of lifelong psychological development. This was the first theory to recognize the influence of the unconscious mind and early experiences on human behavior. The disadvantages include: it focuses mainly on male development, neglecting female psychosexual growth. Scientific testing of Freud's concepts, like the sexual drive or libido, is challenging, making it hard to validate his theories. Predictions based on Freud's theory are often vague, making it difficult to link current behaviors to childhood experiences. Freud's theory relies on case studies, not empirical research, and is based on adult patient recollections rather than direct observation of children.
Pop quiz.
This brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we will discuss the psychoanalytical theory by Erik Erikson. We hope you had fun learning with us. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.